Welcome to qualifying for this week. As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three. Hamilton, Raikkonen and Valtteri Bottas. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just... Well, hello and welcome to a very special race here today. We have some marvellous machines down on the grid that in just a few moments will be accelerating up to some really high speeds indeed to compete for a prestigious Grand Prix victory. 6 lefts and 9 rights give us a total of 15 corners here at the circuit Paul Ricard, and a lap covers an overall distance of 3.6 miles. Average speeds will be somewhere in the region of 142 miles per hour, and they'll be maxing out on the Mistral Straight at around 205 miles per hour. So as we look ahead to what I hope will be a very entertaining race, I have to ask Anthony Davidson what you expect to see in terms of strategy today. I mean, do you expect a lot of tyre management? A lot of fuel management?
Well, don't we always? I don't expect these are going to be any more important than usual, if I'm honest. What I do expect, however, are a lot of drivers getting into the pits early for some kind of undercut on fresh rubber. If you can pit before the person in front, have a good stop and drive a blistering out lap, there may be 1 or 2 seconds to be gained. If anyone gets stuck behind another car, for example, that will be the go-to strategy, surely.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Ricciardo, Max Verstappen and Hülkenberg, Perez, Sainz, Ocon and Kevin Magnussen, Grosjean, Alonso, Charles Leclerc and Gasly, Van Dorn, Ericsson, Brendan Hartley and Lance Stroll. Sirotkin and Sebastian Vettel starts from the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck. Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Give that position back. We are under safety car conditions and cannot overtake. Return the position. Van Dorn is ahead of you. Repeat that. There's interference. Van Dorn ahead. All right, well done off the line. We're in a good position. It should be a few laps at least before you start feeling too many tyre issues. They seem in good condition for the time being. Looks like rain is inbound, and we're expecting it in around 5 minutes. 5 minutes till the rain. Return the position immediately or we will be penalised. There is no overtaking during the safety car period. Let's catch up to the field a bit. We're dropping too far back. Remember that we need to stay within 10 car lengths of the next car. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until the first safety car line. Stay in position until the green flags. Brilliant. Nice move. We're trailing our teammate by 11.2 seconds. Alonso is ahead of you. The gap is less than a second. We're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap. They're on fresh super softs. Their tyres are 4 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 39.6. Some information on Gasly. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled. tyre data is looking positive so far. We think there's plenty of life left in these for the moment. Magnussen ahead. Gap to car in front is 4.1 seconds. You're falling back by 1/10 a lap. They're on old Ultra Softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got 2 stops remaining. The time last lap was a 1:36.3.4 seconds. Grosjean is ahead of you. The gap to the car ahead is 5.2 seconds. They're building a lead of 0.6 per lap. They're on old Super Softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. The time last lap was a 1:36.3. Light rain for another 10 minutes, then we'll see a transition into heavy rain conditions. Dries seem like the best tyre for now. Okay, some information on Magnussen. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Our gap to the car in front is 4.8 seconds. I know these conditions are tough, but bear with it. I don't think the track is ready for intermediates yet. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Understood, copy that. Kimi is in the pits. Kimi in the pits. Only 1 stop to go. 1 stop left in this strategy. DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline. Grosjean ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 3.1 seconds. They're on fresh inters. We think they've got one more stop. The gap to the leader is 2.9 seconds. Rainfall to worsen soon. Heavy rain predicted in 5 minutes' time. Grosjean is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 2.7 seconds. They're on fresh inters. Their tyres are 1 lap old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 2.6.0. Our gap behind is 4.8 seconds. Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy. Pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. Inters look like the best tyre for now. We're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment. We're leading our teammate by 22.0 seconds. Grosjean behind, less than a second separate you. They're on old Inters. Their tyres are 4 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:48.9. You're leading the pack, P1. Grosjean is behind you. The gap is less than a second. They're on old Inters. You have 4 laps till your pit window opens. 15 laps still remaining. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Okay, copy that. You coping okay in this weather? We're watching the amount of standing water on the road. For now, we think it's safe to stay with the Inter. reaching the point where you're going to start aquaplaning with those tyres. We think you're alright for now, but it might not be long before we switch to the full wets. We're expecting you in around 2 laps, and we'll be putting you on the intermediate tyres. Okay, the gap behind is 2.7 seconds. Hamilton behind. The gap behind us is 3.1 seconds. They're on old Inters. Their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 48.7. The heavy rain will pass in about 5 minutes. We'll then be working with light rain conditions. We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Right, we've got people in the pits changing over to full wet. Come in and change your tyres if you need to. We're no longer sure that these tyres are the right ones. It might be time to come in and change. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed. The radar's showing a clear patch on its way. There's about 10 more minutes of this rain. The rain should lighten up soon. We're seeing light rain in around 2 minutes. Inters and wets will probably have similar pace at the moment. ETA on this rain clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there. Rain will ease up shortly, rain to become lighter within 2 minutes. It's hard to say if inters or wets are better right now. P7 now, P7. Kimi is ahead of you. The gap to the car ahead is 6.9 seconds. They're on old inters. Ricciardo behind. The gap to the car behind is 5.0 seconds. They're on old inters. The distance to the leader is 23.2 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. That's Kimi ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 6.2 seconds. They're on old inters. Their tyres are 11 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:47.4. You have P7, 7th place. Kimi is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 6.2 seconds. They're on old inters. Ricciardo is behind you. Our gap behind is 6.2 2 seconds. They're on old inters. Okay, gap to leader, 22.6 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 8 laps to go. Gap to car in front is 5.3 seconds. We're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment. P7 now, P7. That's Kimi ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 4.8 seconds. They're on old inters. Ricciardo behind. Okay, the gap behind is 7.7 seconds. They're on old inters. Our gap to first place is 20.9 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 7 laps to go. Kimi is in for his stop. Gap to teammate behind is 9.8 seconds. Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery. It looks like we'll be running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly. Hamilton is behind you. The gap behind us is 2.6 seconds. They're on fresh inters. The gap to the car behind is 1.5 seconds. Okay, looks like some of those puddles are clearing. We're still on the right tyre for the time being, but we're not a million miles away from slick conditions. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. We're leading our teammate by 20.6 seconds. Okay, looks like you're running on some slightly worn rubber at this point. Should still have a fair amount of grip left, but be mindful, it's going to start falling away. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race. Great job, you've done everything we wanted today.
So here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm going to go for Sebastian Vettel. People have suggested before that he can't race wheel to wheel, but as he showed today, it's nonsense.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.